It is Friday, obviously. And we're going to do an experiment today. It's going to be a new show I think I'm going to do periodically on Fridays called Screen Grab Theater. Screen Grab Theater. So I have a phone, as many of you do too. And when I get funny things sent to me on my phone, I will screen grab them just to entertain myself. And I realized I've got a whole bunch of screen grabs on here that I'm often showing people or sharing with people. So I thought, you know something? I should share them with you. So some of these are just amusing to me. Some of them are going to be like, well, Steve, I've had that happen to me before. Of course, I'm not saying this is all unique to me, but I found these entertaining, and you might find them entertaining also. So I now go into the section in my phone called Screenshots to look at screenshots, and I will put them up on the screen so that you can see what I'm talking about also in this episode of Screen Grab Theater. So, for instance, I got just the other day a notice emailed to me telling me that my Chase account has problems. Now, what's hilarious about this is at the top it says Chase, C-H-A-S-E, which is a well-known bank here in America. But it's addressed to Hamid Khan at aya.yale.edu. And above that, the from is Chase with the A that's got the little circle above it. I think it's Swedish. And Chase is not a Swedish bank, and my name is not Hamid Khan. But it does say that your account was flagged for incorrect usage. Now, if you're going to try to scam Americans, you got to get a little better with your English, because your account was flagged for incorrect usage. To help us improve our security, we invite you to log in by taking the page linked below. This should not take more than 5 minutes and will help us better measure your online login process, which, again, I'm not sure that has to do with incorrect usage, but it then does say log in here, and failure to follow the instruction, singular, may result in a temporary hold, exclamation mark. Sincerely, the Chase.com team. And of course, if you were to hover your cursor above any of those highlighted links, they would be sending you someplace other than Chase. But of course, comically, the best part of this entire thing is I don't have an account with Chase, and I never have. So I also get bombarded with sales pitches, literally 50 to 100 a day. And I block them, but they just keep coming. And it's the same people over and over again, just using different return addresses. And if your business model involves you spamming people to the point where you're sending out countless emails under different return addresses every single day, you're probably in the wrong business. But amongst all of those, occasionally I see one that stands out. And so here's one that I got yesterday. And it says, "Hey, Ken." Now, my name has never been Ken. Don't want to waste your time. Saw your channel while browsing, and I have to say, you really post amazing car stuff. Love it and want to see you on top. I guess the guy probably has seen my channel, but somehow he missed the fact that my name is not Ken. He says, "But I see you don't edit your thumbnail, which is the major factor for getting more views and subscribers, as thumbnail, all caps, is the first thing a viewer will see, so it has to be catchy and attention-grabbing. You are leaving millions of views on the table. I can fix that for you." No period at the end of that sentence. "Just reply yes, and I'll create a engaging one for free of your next or current video so you can see the elevated conversions yourself. LMK, let me know. If you want to see my work samples, chat with you soon." Well, first of all, my name's not Ken. And second of all, I'm not leaving millions of views on the table. My channel does get quite a few views a day, but his suggestion is, in essence, that he can get me 10 times as many views by simply changing the thumbnails, which he says I don't edit, which I do. Every video I put up has a different thumbnail on it taken from that day's show. Now, you might not be able to see much of it behind the headline I use, but I've chosen to do that for a reason. And the comical part about this is I wrote the guy back and I just said, no, number one. And I said, by the way, my name's not Ken. And then he responded and said, well, just so you know, I've made a thumbnail for you. And he sent me a thumbnail, which was horrific. It was one of the worst thumbnails I've ever seen. And he claimed it was an example of his best work that would get me 10 times as many views as I get now. Then I got an email from my email administrator. Imagine my horror, addressed to me. And it says, "Dear, Lehto@kenan.com, which, by the way, is another email address I have, but I do not recommend you write to it. And it says, you have 3 emails in quarantine. So my emails apparently have gotten sick, some kind of virus, I guess. I don't know. It's a fever, something going around. Could be COVID for all I know. And then it says, mail from bounces 1941779-3A52, etc., etc. And then it goes to the accounts department and review mail. Emails will be deleted automatically after 7 days. You can change the frequency of these notifications within your email quarantine portal. And then there's a button that says, click here to review your email because there are 3 messages on hold. Of course, the problem is that none of this is real. And if I were to actually hover the cursor over any of these things, they're sending me off to weird websites in Kazakhstan and so on. And so I'm mainly pointing this out because I get this about once a week. And what someone's hoping I'm going to do is click on that, enter my password, and go, oh, weird, I can't get in. And then, of course, now they'd have my password to that account. And so I don't click on these for exactly that reason. These are called phishing emails, and they're hoping to get me to do that. But I haven't fallen for it yet. Maybe one of these days I will. Then, of course, I've mentioned before, I do have a Facebook account. Okay, I'm on Facebook, and if you find anything I do here entertaining on any level, I forgot to start my timer. Have you guys been paying attention? Okay. I have a Facebook account primarily to promote this channel. But if you ever want to make sure that you don't miss a video of mine and you don't feel like clicking the bell or anything like that, follow me on Facebook, and I will post there whenever I put up new videos. And by the way, you can comment on videos there, and I'm more likely to see the comments there than I am on the YouTube channel because there's so many comments on YouTube. So I get friend requests every single day. I've got something like 4,000 friends. And imagine my surprise this morning when 2 hot chicks named Hannah Wilson wanted to befriend me. And they look suspiciously similar, because there's Hannah Wilson, who's a blonde wearing a yellow outfit, and another Hannah Wilson who's a blonde wearing a yellow outfit. And they both appear to be quite voluptuous women named Hannah Wilson. Now, here's the interesting thing about Facebook. They don't check ID. So Hannah Wilson is most likely a scammer in Mozambique or something, or perhaps, I don't know, Madagascar. But the point here is that those are 2 separate people, trust me. Because if you click on the first Hannah Wilson, what you get is Hannah Wilson, who is divorced. She is divorced. And but in that picture, you can see in the background, she's near an ocean or something. But she sent me a friend request, and she wanted to know if I'd respond to that because she's divorced. Now, I clicked delete on that. No, I'm not interested. No, thank you, because I hate scam accounts. But I clicked on the other one just to see, and that Hannah Wilson, who is obviously the same girl, by the way, studied at USA Today, and she's single. She studied at USA Today, and she's single. Now, here's the thing. If you delete someone's friend request, they're not supposed to be able to send you another friend request for some time. I forgot how long it is, but it's a while. Imagine my surprise when several hours later, I got another request from Hannah Wilson, who wants to be my friend. Again, she's single, and this is the one where she's a blonde wearing a yellow outfit. So Hannah Wilson, triplets? I'm guessing, I don't know. But obviously, Hannah Wilson really wants to be my friend. And so she keeps refriending me, somehow getting past all the guardrails of Facebook in that. So I got 3 requests from Hannah Wilson today, and each and every one of them is a separate Hannah Wilson, by the way. I'm also going to include here a screen grab from the trailer for the movie Sisu. Sisu, S-I-S-U. Now, I got a license plate that says Sisu back there, and that's just a Finnish word, but it's the name of a movie that came out, and it's launched in America this past weekend. It's shot in Finland, and it's a bit of an over-the-top adventure film about a Finnish soldier who just wants to get left alone, and those damn German Nazis, they wouldn't leave him alone. And since it was shot by Finns, you can guess who winds up winning. But it's a great movie. I loved it. One of my favorite movies I've seen in a long, long time. So that would be Sisu. I highly recommend it for those of you who are interested in these action-adventure films, kind of like maybe a Rambo or a John Wick kind of thing. Then I got to tell you, got a couple other scams here. I got another one of these email scams. And this time it says your email will be deactivated. Final notice. Mailbox termination. 2, Lehto. Your request to terminate this mailbox from the server has been approved. So I asked them to terminate my mailbox. If such a request was not made by you, then click on Terminate Mailbox Deactivation below to stop the mailbox termination. And of course, you click on that, either downloads viruses onto your computer or it takes you someplace and asks you your password, and then they have your information. Failure to do so will amount to losing your email account from the server and all your incoming messages. Regards, the email system administrator. And what's cool is they copyrighted it. It's copyrighted, 2023. Canon.com. And by the way, people sometimes ask me about that Canon.com address. And I've had that email now for about 25 years. And I know the guy who ran the company. He passed away, but I know the people now who run the company, very good friends of mine. And trust me, there's not a mailbox termination team working on my account right now. And then finally, I got to tell you that I got the other Facebook scam, and I get this one about once a week. Someone befriends me. I don't know who they are, because if it's not Hannah Wilson, I'll accept the friend request. And I get a friend request from some person who has a photograph of a middle-aged white guy, which is pretty much my audience, largely. And so I'll get a friend request from somebody like that, and I'll accept it. Almost immediately, I get one of two things. Either, have you heard the news? You've gotten your free money, haven't you? You haven't gotten your $7,000 for free yet from the government, the program? You know what I'm talking about? Oh, my buddy Jim can help you. Here's his WhatsApp number or something. And it's just a scam. And I usually hang up on these people. But the other one is, you'll get a thing from somebody who goes, hey, I got a quick problem. I've been locked out of my account. Facebook says the only way I can get back into my account is if someone else get the code for me. So can you get the code for me? And of course, what they're going to do is try getting into your account, and it's going to kick back a thing saying you can't get into this account, but it's going to send it to me, and I'm going to have to fix it. And of course, then you'll have the information to get into my account, and next thing you know, you're the one with 4,000 friends, not me, because you can hijack my account. So a guy says, I was trying to log in my Facebook page on my new phone, and they asked me to find someone to receive a help code. Can you please help me out? And they send me the screen grab, which I'll show you. It says, choose an option. How do you want to confirm this account is yours? Ask your Facebook friends for help. And I wrote, funny, does that ever work? And the guy wrote, yes. I wrote, I'm a lawyer. I specialize in suing scammers. And then the conversation ends. It's the weirdest thing. When I'm talking to somebody and I say, oh, by the way, I'm an attorney who specializes in suing scammers. You'd be amazed at how many times that ends a conversation on Facebook. I don't know why that would be. Meanwhile, Hannah Wilson just doesn't understand why I don't like her or her or her. So those are the latest screenshots I've got on my phone that were entertaining to me. And like I said, one thing I do actually want people to learn, and if you know all of this, great. You're one of the people who should become a teacher. And that is, make sure the people in your life who are not tech savvy know that these kinds of scams are out there. Someone will send you something that looks real from a bank. And remember, they take a shot in the dark. I don't have a Chase account. But if they send out 1 million emails, they're going to hit somebody who does have a Chase account. And I've spoken to people who said, I just went to the bank, transacted business, came home and just thinking on my phone, going to get a problem with your account. And they got the correct bank. And it's a 1 in a million shot. But guess what? They send out 1 million. They'll get one. And so somebody does something and they didn't realize, like, they should have stopped. And like I said, look to see where those hot links go. And chances are they go other places entirely. And you'll see some weird URL. If you get an email from your bank saying you need to do something quickly, call your bank. Not the number in the email. Go to your bank website that you pull up. Call them yourself directly. And the same is true for somebody who says they need your help to get back into their Facebook account. You just met them yesterday. And by the way, remember that someone could have hijacked someone else's account. It's very, very easy for people to simply go steal a thumbnail, steal the name, open up another account in somebody's name, start friend requesting people, and then they friend request you, and you go, I know this person, and you accept it, not realizing that you're already friends with them, and this is a dummy account. That's another one of the scams that's going around. So you need to explain to people to be very careful about these things, because they are scams that do catch some people. And someone I know, very, very close to me relative-wise, who bought a brand new computer, brought it home and was setting it up. And the first message he got was from a computer company saying there's a problem with his new computer. And he had just bought a new computer from a computer company. And they sent out 1 million emails that day, and guess what? Boom, they got him. And he had to bring in his grandson, who knows a lot about computers, to undo all the damage that somebody else did to his computer. And it didn't cost him any money, but it cost him a whole bunch of time, and he learned a lesson. So key here is that if you can stop these yourself, then you might be able to help other people. But the number of these weird bank ones I get, or the number of your email account's about to get shut down. Why would Facebook ask you to ask someone else to get their passcode so they can get back onto Facebook? I mean, none of this makes any sense. It doesn't. But unfortunately, people are so confused as it is by the internet that asking for stuff to make sense might be a bit of a stretch. So that is Screen Grab Theater for this week. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.